Second practice at the 2021 Portuguese Grand Prix, and a familiar problem reared its head. In 2020, FP3 was delayed due to loose drain covers, and the same issue held the drivers up on Friday afternoon, as track and FIA officials endeavoured to keep the metal away from the pedals. Max Verstappen didn't have the best start to his session.
The EBW failed. The hell? And a brake pedal. Like a super long one.
Fail one, fail please Max. Fail one, fail.
After his balance issues in the morning session, defending champion Lewis Hamilton seemed to have found his ideal setup for the afternoon, the Briton pushing his silver arrow to the fastest time of the afternoon, a 1 minute 19.837, over a tenth quicker than Verstappen in P2, who managed to split the two Mercedes, Valtteri Bottas third, some 3/10 back from the leader. Carlos Sainz grabbed the Ferrari bragging rights with the fourth best time, the Spaniard perhaps too quick on the pit straight for his own good.
And pit board check.
See you pit board again.
Copy.
Hey Roberto, stop the coffee.
Fernando Alonso got a little squirrely as he pushed the A521 hard around the Algarve circuit, the two-time champ having a very good session, as did Alpine teammate Esteban Ocon, the pair easily ahead of their midfield competitors. Nicholas Latifi had a tricky moment at turns 7 and 8, the Canadian losing the rear and taking a trip through the gravel to get his Williams back on track. Yuki Tsunoda has never driven at Portimao before and admits to having lower expectations this weekend, the Japanese rookie venturing beyond track limits at turn 4 as he explored his newest circuit. It wasn't just the newbies that fell foul of the margins. Kimi Raikkonen suffering the same lap time deletion penalty, the former champion drifting a little too far in his Alfa Romeo. Nikita Mazepin was well off the pace in FP1, the Russian over 4.5 seconds back from session leader Valtteri Bottas. His second practice wasn't much better, locking up his Haas at turn 10 early doors, and later getting in the way of Red Bull's Sergio Perez, the Mexican forced to abort a fast lap as a consequence. In the other Haas, Mick Schumacher seemed to suffer an engine problem, but despite an exchange with the engineers, he stayed out, the issue seemingly rectifying itself. So Hamilton, Verstappen and Bottas your 1, 2, 3, with Sainz fourth and the two Alpines relegating the other Ferrari of Charles Leclerc to P7. Then came Daniel Ricciardo and Lance Stroll, ahead of an out-of-sorts Perez. P11 for Pierre Gasly, the Frenchman not usually outside the top 10, ahead of Lando Norris, who also might feel a little out of place. George Russell impressed for P13, then came Tsunoda and the struggling Sebastian Vettel, and the two Alfa Romeos of Raikkonen and Antonio Giovinazzi. For the second session in a row, Nicholas Latifi found himself the filling in a Haas sandwich.